Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody inside and outside the ballpark. My name is NovedPlayer, and welcome to episode 64 of the Noved Notes podcast, where we talk to many different creators and communities inside of the platform. I'm your host, and with me today, I have two amazing musicians who are wanting to come on the podcast to kind of showcase what they're all about. We have Raelik and Spiral Music. Welcome into you both. How y'all doing?
Pretty good.
Hell yeah. So I guess to start this off, first and foremost, for the general listening audience, what exactly do you both do inside of VRChat?
Do you want
to Yes, I do want to answer.
Oh.
Go ahead and answer. Come on.
I make hard rock.
The answer. What? I can't hear. No.
I make hard rock and metal music.
Nice.
I supply vocals.
Oh wait, I guess I make hard rock and alternative music.
and some pop and R&B, as from what I've seen.
Oh, you dabble. It's a wavelength. If you're vibing, you're going for it. If you're not vibing, then yeah.
It's always got to be good vibes when you're making music. You know what I'm saying? That's the key to making good music.
Absolutely.
Oh wait, that sounds like shit. Delete. Auto-tune couldn't even save that one.
Fair enough. Well, thank you both for coming on the podcast. So I guess kind of to get into things, what got you both into VRChat in the first place?
YouTube.
I would just say, actually, YouTube is the correct answer for me too. That's funny.
Fair. Any particular content creators or just in general?
The Ugandan Knuckles meme.
Nah, it was definitely Jared Dines, 100%. Apparently, he lives in my area. No, not like my area, but in this state. I didn't know that.
The more you know.
It was also the boys narrator Eddie. What was it? Who else? Shit, I can't remember, but I know it's it was from the boys group.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of people got in when Ugandan Knuckles came out, so that's totally understandable.
Yeah.
So obviously you're both musicians in your own right. So I guess one of the questions as a musician myself, because I'm always curious, what got you into music in the first place? What made you want to, play and make music?
I'll just let you go first every single time because you really want to.
Oh well, when I first started making music, I was a little lad at 16 years old in high school, listening to trap music at that time, and I started making music on GarageBand, making trap beats.
Fair enough.
Hell yeah. I listened to a bunch of amazing singers, very different. Listened to a bunch of amazing singers, mostly female singers. My dad actually pointed out many, many, many years ago. And when it came to Paramore, fucking Flyleaf, who else at that time? I can't remember their names, but a bunch of amazing singers back in the early 2000s and also up to 2015. And I was like, I want to do that. So in 2018, I was like, I'm gonna do that. And then 2019 started practicing.
Yeah,
and now we're in 2025.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
and I didn't get into making rock music until about, I want to say, at the peak of COVID, 2020.
Oh, fair enough. And obviously a lot of time has passed and you both have been putting out many different music videos, and we'll throw some clips up on the screen, of course. So I guess kind of one of the things in that regard, because obviously you guys both do so much different types of music. What, in your opinion, is one of your favorite tracks from your guys' catalogs?
Oh, I have a very, very specific answer for that one.
Oh, okay.
So a long time ago, I think it was like a year or something ago, we did this song called "The Middle" by Zed and whatever her name is, and it was a very, very interesting song. I like the song. It's a very poppy song, but we did a film in there. It was like a one take type film, which is almost one take, but I still call it that. Where we got a dancer, we got two other people that were like arguing and everything. There was me and there was my friend Ray. Funny enough, and that song, the way that it came together, even though it wasn't recorded as the best or whatever, that I loved that. I loved how we started with that. I loved what we did with that, and I would never change it. Well, I'd probably re-record it, but I would never change what we did and how we did it.
Yeah, more of a remaster than anything.
Yeah. I fucking loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what was the question again?
What's your favorite of your own list? His is going to be True Colors. It was great. Wonderful.
I will say, yeah, my True Colors is the one and only original song that I have written, produced, and released, actually, because backstory, me dealing with years and years of like struggling with my own sexuality and everything, like I finally was able to break out and I wrote a song about it.
Hell yeah. No, that's really
That
cool.
That sentence by itself sounds very interesting. Struggling with sexuality.
Yeah.
It's
enough.
very complicated.
I mean, like many others, I mean, you never really, I don't really think I've ever heard like any metal songs like about people, because like, 9 times out of 10 when you hear metal songs, it's like always about, some real world situations and shit. And I mean, I started listening to I Prevail at that time, and I was like, you know what? These songs hit really hard, hit me in my feels, and I was like, I wanted to do that, so I jotted down a song while I was with somebody else at that time, and keep this in mind that it was my first real relationship that I ever had, and just when I went to visit him one time, just sitting in that hotel room just brought me back to all those times when I was struggling and everything, and I started writing my true colors.
Yeah, that's what's up. I mean, music at the end of the day, right? It's in a way to express emotion. Whether it's, resentful or, love or, pain, whatever the case may be. I'm actually really excited because like I think you guys are like I've had a few musicians on. I almost said you guys are the first. That's not true. I've had a few musicians on. But to kind of get to talk music is definitely not a frequent occurrence when it comes to these podcasts. Because music is one of the most powerful things in this world. It can bring people together. It can also, break people apart in its own sense. But for the most part, it's a powerful message. So one of the questions, kind of to go into this a little bit, what is a song that you guys individually, what is a song that means the most to you? Like, what is the most emotionally impactful song out of all the songs ever, essentially? Is there a song to you that really speaks to you?
I don't know if I can put it in one song is the problem. Because when you're going through your life, right, there are multiple instances that happen. There's not one, and in the worst case, there's not one type of trauma that everybody goes through. There's like multiple, probably. There's multiple in it, whatever. So if I was to say anything on that, it's like Ghost, which is the reason why I picked it, is one of the songs that I put on the path of that hurts me every time I do it. And I love the song. I love the song so much, but because of what it talks about, which is a very, very, very graphic song, if you ever read the lyrics, it is a song that talks about taking your life and everything like that, and how it depicts it is a very, very interesting conversation for what has happened in my past. Not me. I'm not a person that has had to necessarily deal with those thoughts, and I feel bad for others who have. But it is for somebody that I knew. So that one hits hard. A lot of Paramore songs also hit in the same spot because I fucking love Paramore. I love Paramore. Paramore is my favorite band in all of existence. They still continue to be my favorite band. There's amazing bands out there, but like Paramore, they're the best, in my opinion. Only in my opinion. In my opinion.
Camera trying to switch up on you there.
But like in that regard, like there's a bunch of songs that I find for different reasons that would be like one of my good ones. Like actually, King for a Day is just fun. It makes me happy every time. Yeah, it just makes me happy. And then a bunch of others that are just nostalgic. So I don't even know if I answered that question, but
No,
your turn.
you did to an extent. Yeah.
I will. I can't really choose one in particular, but I will. I think I can say that the ones that have all. I can name a couple of bands that have actually been very impactful. Like their songs like resonated with me from like I Prevail, Memphis Mayfire. Those two bands always talk about real world issues, especially. I think the song that actually got me into I Prevail in particular was their song Breaking Down, which is about somebody who is struggling with like anxiety and depression, which is something that I struggle with myself.
No, fair enough. And like granted, as I said earlier, all these songs have different meanings to different people. While the song may have been written from their own personal experience, it means different to different people. But it's kind of cool that you both have, bands and songs in mind when it comes to that. Because at the end of the day, being able to understand music and what is meant behind the music makes you a better performer, hands down.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know, speaking from my personal experience, just to kind of give an example, because I know people are going to ask in the comments, so I'm just going to say it right now. One of my personal experiences was actually when I had competed in the 2023 post editor. Double check me on that. I want to say it was 2023. The Barbershop Harmony Society International Convention, where we had did. It was a Charlie Chaplin set with the Ambassadors of Harmony, and one of the two songs, it was the Chaplin medley, and then True Colors, the original True Colors song, and getting to perform that on such a massive stage, hits hard for one, but in its own sense. With the Ambassadors of Harmony, we were able to portray a story throughout the entire set, of like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Charlie Chaplin, like the old 1920s, like, era.
No.
Yeah. So basically, to run it down, we had we had Charlie Chaplin doing his usual shenanigans in the first song, which is like a Hollywood medley type song. And then we had True Colors, as this homeless child, kind of comes up and comforts Charlie Chaplin. And it was a whole beautiful story, long story short. But the reason why that song hits me the most, True Colors from that set, my director, one of the two directors of the chorus, gave me a very wise saying that I will never forget to this day. And this is a good note for any musicians out there who, anybody out there that performs music. When you do a performance, there's two different types of people you're going to perform for, or at least technically three, but we're going to count the main two. The first one is going to be the people who are hearing you for the very first time. And then the second group of people is somebody who may hear you for the last time. And
Interesting.
of course, you're going to
Ooh.
have your fans that, come see you all the time, but eventually down the line, as part of life, they fall into one of those two categories. And it's a deep thought to think about, but that's why so many musicians give their all into their performances, because that alone is a very true statement if you really think about it. This got really deep. I'm super sorry. I know that got really fucking deep. But
It's music.
But music is a powerful message at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So kind of to go back into you guys a little bit more. Sorry, I tangented on that. That's a first. I normally don't tangent. You just to guess at tangents. I love talking about music. Obviously you guys have done music and VR chat for a while now. So what kind of got you into performing into VR chat? Like what kind of kickstarted you guys doing music inside of VR chat?
Open mic.
Same, honestly. The
Open
OG
mic.
open mic.
The original VR chat open mic.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
That shit was awesome. But I never actually performed there. Well, that's not true. I probably did, like through my phone microphone before I got up my setup now.
My guy,
It's
you
like,
have a shitty memory. You probably did, and you don't even remember.
Look. Look, we've gone 2 years, 3 years. I don't remember when I started this game, but past the bullshit. I'm pretty sure I got into this game in 2019, 2020. Maybe.
Late 2019 for me, yeah.
Damn. I gotta delete this game. God damn. No. It was 100% the open mic. It was great. I love open mic. I love it. I just hate it when it's too loud. More people are trying to do open mic type things, trying to get the voice and whatever thing that you're trying to do, either on audio or if you're playing like an instrument or something through the microphone. A lot of people are doing that now, it seems. Or maybe just because they lack the capability of streaming.
It was always so hard for people to like host those open mics, because at that time people didn't. VRChat hasn't even like implemented like the group thing just yet at that time, and you just had those randoms that were just like coming on stage and shit and just like being all obnoxious and whatnot. Oh my god, that was so frustrating.
Bro, there's a whole memory that gets accessed whenever we talk about original open mic. There was this person called Mad Mountain Man, not the Mountain Man that we know from the music scene. Mad Mountain Man, somebody who apparently I visited one time. We had like food in Buffalo Wild Wings one time. He was just like, oh my god, look at that waitress. Oh my god, look at that waitress. I know she's pregnant, but oh my god. Like, he was a dirty old man type personality. The straightest person that I don't want to say straightest person I've ever met. He's just a straight guy. I met him, we had food, and it was absolutely amazing. And I was like still traveling at that time, so I was like driving through. So we met just for food, and then I left, right? This motherfucker decides 2 years later from that time, which I believe was somewhere around 2018. So like we're saying 2020-ish maybe, texts me and says, hey, I know it's been a while. I'd love to chat up and everything. I was like, yeah, motherfucker, where have you been? I was like, oh, I was in jail. Huh? Okay, wonderful. And then tried to meet up with them, and he disappeared again.
Bruh.
And then like once a year, I like try and text this person. I stopped now, but try to text this person. So I did it for like 3 years. Once every 3 years. No answer. So either he's in prison again or he's dead. And that's because of open mic when I met him when I first logged into this game.
Yeah.
Insane.
Bruh.
Literally insane.
No, that's crazy to think about though, because that kind of goes into perspective again. You never know who you're gonna meet on when it comes to being a musician. And, sometimes you'll hear from a lot, sometimes you won't hear from them at all. It's just a part of the course of being a performer at the end of the day.
But I met him IRL as well. So there's like that little bit of like actual interpersonality that has been
That's fair.
displayed. I said goodbye. He was smoking some weed outside of Buffalo Wild Wings right on his car. He was like, "Do you want? Excuse me. Do you want some?" I was like, "Nah, I don't do that." And at that time, and then like all of a sudden, this person that I know exists IRL is now gone. Ha!
Yeah. No, I mean that's it is crazy. Buffalo Wild Wings is wild, first and foremost.
Bro, he picked
No
it.
pun intended.
I didn't pick it. I was like, "Hey, you live in like Colorado? Sweet. I'm already on a road trip. I'm driving through that state. Let's meet up somewhere." Oh, Buffalo Wild Wings good? Yeah, they've got. You can ask them to throw on some salt and vinegar flavor on their fries.
I go there every
Fucking
Thursday.
Perfect. Oh, Jesus Christ. Your poor bowels.
Hey, you know what? Buffalo Wild Wings hits hard and shit, and I only go there on Thursday because they have this buy one get one free deal.
Like
so.
a rock
That
in the
is true.
toilet. Absolutely.
That is true. This is
I've
not,
got
this is
single
not
dubs
sponsored
and-
by Buffalo Wild
Every
Wings. I'm gonna
Thursday.
put that out there.
Buffalo Wild Wings, if you see this, please sponsor us.
They won't see this.
They won't. Man.
When you take a whiff of cringe, you'll never forget the smell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. But anyways, kind of to go back into topic, because obviously you guys have been, with performing groups and everything, and you've been around the VRChat platform. So obviously there was kind of a step, as you had said, groups weren't always around. So what kind of got you into these performing spheres? Like, what kind of got you performing around VRChat?
I heard it. He breathed before I did.
I actually came into contact with another VRChat performer named Johnny K9. He actually got in contact with me because I promoted my song My True Colors, which we have previously mentioned before. He was like, "Yo, this song goes so hard and you don't." And this is a statement that he said to me. You don't ever hear metal music that talks about people struggling with their sexuality, which is kind of a true statement, of course. And I kind of that was one of the reasons why I wanted to write that song. But back to topic. I got into contact with Johnny K9, and he said, "Yo, can you let me perform this song at Ferality Umbra, which was last year?" And I was like, "Hell yeah!" And the very first time that he did that, in front of like thousands of people, oh my god, it brought me to tears. It brought me to tears, dude. And then, like, I think a week after that, I joined his band, Nova Slicers. And then, yeah, that's what sparked my love for performing in VRChat.
Fair enough. I knew for a fact. Okay, funny small tangent. Funny enough, I did see the logo on the back of your like hoodie thing. I'm like, wait, am I finally gonna interview at least one of them? That's crazy. So, yeah, that's really cool though. And Johnny, if you're ever listening to this, you should definitely hit me up and come on the podcast. But
Absolutely.
I'll say I'm always open to having many different types of musicians and stuff. I just normally have a huge backlog that lasts like months. Raelik can attest.
This was like,
Actually, no, it wasn't. Actually, no, scratch that. It wasn't a
Detroit.
week after that I joined the band, but it was a week after that he hit me up and said, "Hey, we should do a cover together." And I was like, "Hell yeah!" And actually, come to find out that he was actually a fan of another YouTube artist called Nate Wants to Battle, who does FNAF rock music.
All right.
And
How
we
many
did- we
times
did
are we
this-
going to count? Actually.
No, it was a week after that cover is when I joined the band. Because we did that song and it just came out perfect, which actually turns out that it was actually one of our favorite songs mutually that we had.
We have to actually count. Those two. You better put that on.
I'm gonna smack you, bro. I'm gonna fucking smack you.
Actually,
as you can tell, my vocabulary is not the best. Okay,
You're all good. English is a hard language. You're all good.
that's okay.
Communication
we just put it in
is
screen,
hard
People can't understand
sometimes.
anyway, so it's fine. Most people, I should say.
Yeah.
What do you want me
Hello.
to say
Hi.
in all actuality instead?
That's I would consider that the same thing.
God damn it.
Now, oh, I had a question. Now I no longer have a question. My queue's been cleared. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Jesus.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Raelik. That's all I know how to say.
Oh shit.
To get back into the topic, so like what got you into groups as well is what I was trying to insinuate.
Oh, yeah. So let's see. I can't remember the exact order, but my friend Boxy, he was like, you do a good job at karaoke and stuff, because I was doing a bunch of karaoke in a different avatar, and I was doing some open mic stuff, kind of, sort of, but mostly just karaoke. And then got a little small little group together, people I commonly talk to. I still talk to a bunch of them, not that many, because the groups, they get big and then they do their own thing, and I'm not a big fan of big groups, so I just bounce around and shit like that. But that was actually the reason I used the word actually, was the reason that I went
That's number 3.
into seeing some other, so that's actually number 4. And that kind of pushed things to other people who were like, hey, actually, never mind. Actually, we have I could be totally wrong. It could be number 6 or 12-teen. So we have this group that would absolutely love you on a stage if you want to try and do it. So whenever Goldie Lounge, what was it? Was it called Goldie Lounge? I don't remember.
It was called Goldie
if
Lounge.
You see
Yeah.
this? I'm sorry.
Originally, yes.
Okay, good.
You got the first.
So Goldie Lounge, whatever it was called, I saw them do their thing, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, you can go up there." So I did one of my originals, which is still unfinished to this day. It's been 4 years at this point, and it was really good. I think it was really trash because I heard the recording and everything. I was like, "Bleh." But they wanted more. They're like, hey, we want to invite you over to some of these events that we're hosting and try and do some more things. And I was like, yeah, that's absolutely something I would love to venture into. Me being busy as hell doesn't exactly help that, but I was still able to, get into some of those things with Goldie, Corbell, and Alpha, and who else? Nixie, I think his name is, and a couple other people that requested. and it was just really fun. Like, I had fun, except for my technical difficulties, which happens every single time because I'm really bad at making all this stuff work for me. But it was really fun. Nice was always there. Solo always there. Oh, Val. I go to Val's thing. It's every Sunday, like all the time. Goldie had a thing that was going on. I think it was every Wednesday, but I wasn't able to make it. I wasn't able to make it every Wednesday because I'm busy as hell, like I said. So like, go to Val's thing. I was always like, Solo, nice, would always be there. This person called Siren. Siren is an amazing avid screamer, way better than this motherfucker, right? Just great.
That's crazy.
And like a bunch of other people, right? Amazing people. And that's what kind of just motivates me. That might not be great, but being around the people that are great, that are amazing, that's motivating.
Shameless plug time. You listed off a few people. I am working on a project with one of those people. You guys can take a guess on who that is.
Is it Siren? Oh my god!
Oh my god, it's Siren! No,
It's not. It's not.
Scratch that one off the list.
Is it? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so nobody knows, right? Like, nobody knows. You're saying that and like, oh, I know who it is. No, they don't.
Stay tuned into
Sorry,
his
buddy.
channel. Hello, everyone. Real quick, just want to pause the episode right here. If you're enjoying what you're listening to, feel free to click that subscribe button down below. As of right now on the YouTube side, over 80% of the viewers are not currently subscribed. Just click that button right down below. But in all seriousness, if you want to support the podcast, feel free to join the VRC group at noved.6608. I'm going to be announcing some amazing events upcoming in the next couple months. I'm super excited to, get those underway. But of course, I do want to thank some of the supporters. For our monthly tippers, we have Sash Lilik and Lion Turtle. And for our supporters this time around, we have Elitament. So thank you all so much for supporting the podcast. And of course, if you join the VRC group, it does have options to subscribe on a monthly basis if you'd like. If not, just feel free to click that subscribe button. That enough means the world to me. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. And let's get back into the episode. Woo! So speaking of those, speaking of channels, because obviously you both have your own individual channels and all your own socials and stuff. So what kind of sparked you guys to want to post stuff on YouTube and like make these videos? Like, what kind of made you? Because obviously, with musicians, you have the music, and then you have like the content creation side of it, the music video side of it. So what kind of made you guys want to make these videos rather than just be like strictly audio?
Back off first.
I didn't even say anything, so go ahead.
I made sure. When it comes to the channel, I did not think that I was going to make the channel until some friends, like, I don't remember who said it first, because there's a few friends that actually said, hey, like, make a channel and post it. Boxy said it. My friend Yokai said it. My friend Arky said it. And then a few others. I'm forgetting who exactly said it because it was like 2 years ago now. But when it came to that, I went up with my friends to start. And I think that was a great decision. That was a really good decision because I am very shy. Very shy. Like, actually. And I said that twice, by the way. So, So when it comes to that, I would have never made that. I would have never tried to boast my own thing. But my friends were like, hey, you need to kind of do this. This would be a really, really good thing for you. And you could like experiment with it. It's not something that's standard. It's just you do you. And I didn't really understand that at that time, but I did make the channel, and then we made a Discord and everything, and There's a bunch of people who still to this day, which I'm so shocked to, continue to use it. Like me too, but like I'm busy as hell, like I keep saying. And keep making stuff, keep posting stuff there, keep posting stuff on like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, wherever the hell else. And it's just fun. It's really, really fun. It's really awesome to connect with a lot of the different types of people that are around. And it's not people who are in any specific community. It's just anybody who comments or says things. Obviously, we are repping one specific stinky bunch, which is, oh my god! If I
Your
could give
major
everybody
stinky.
a shower. Look! I don't know how to go against the grain at the current moment, which is a fucking phrase. But you know, this crew is not that bad. It's not that great, but it's not that bad.
Not every
So,
group's
that's-
perfect, so
No, I think this specific group, the VRChat group, is a little bit much in a lot of different instances, but it still has been absolutely fun. It's something that I still unfortunately look forward to every week because I would be on this game at least once a week, at least, unless I get really busy and then I don't have the ability to. But that is the reason why the music started. Like, actually, for me, anyway. All right, I'm done shitting words.
it was this guy. We first started hanging out with I think it was back in 2023, late 2023 maybe. And
I
then
honestly couldn't remember. Maybe.
no, it wasn't late 2023. It was like early 2023. It was
It
late
might have been
2023 when we started, hanging out and making stuff together and shit. And for his channel, I produced a song that he wanted to cover, which was Ghost that he previously mentioned, and then we made a music video for it, and I was like, this has been the best experience of my life, and I want to continue to do this.
Bro, everybody hated me. I was way too particular. I was like, I don't like that. No, fuck that. No, delete that. That's just ass. And they're like, oh, this person's like a dictator. I don't vibe with that. Nah, they were all really good. A lot of people that were involved in that project. That took over a year, bro. The fact that we were able to get it on September 10th. It was supposed to come out on like January something, I think.
Maybe.
Originally of 2024. And then it actually got all the way. I never finished it all the way until September 10th.
Because you were like, because you came up to me, you were like, these vocals are shit. I need to re-record that. And I was like, okay, you know what? And then I instructed him on, how he was supposed to, record his vocals.
Take the blade away from me. Take the blade away from me.
He was rolling his. The first take, he was rolling his vocals a lot, so but we ended up getting that done, and then the video put together, and then it was just like released September of last year.
September 10th, which is Suicide Awareness Day. Very important.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a dog. Hi, puppy. Hi.
He has dog.
What are you doing?
I'm not gonna lie, on camera it's gonna look like he's schizo, so it's fine.
Go lay down. Go.
If you hang out with this guy on a regular, you would already think he was already schizo. So.
Oh, wait a second.
To be fair, if he didn't say anything about a dog, it would look very suspicious on camera. So
At least I'm not making out with my not husband. to all who are involved. This one, he comes home. He's like, "Oh my God, it's my baby. I have to turn my attention to him." They basically eat each other's face.
My
every
poor
single
audio
time.
listeners. My audio listeners on anything not YouTube or Spotify, I'm sorry.
Do I need to turn myself down?
No,
Maybe
no,
I should turn myself up.
No, you're good.
You're good. You're good. Well, no, I mean that's cool in that regard. Kind of get back into things because obviously, you know, you guys made your channels. You guys been posting music for a couple of years now. And obviously, as of very recently, you guys just put out your newest music video. So I guess first and foremost, what kind of made you guys? I guess I should say, including Nikki Mays as well. Shout out Nikki, if you're seeing this, I love you. But
Nikki's wonderful.
You know, because obviously you released this as we're recording this, roughly about 3 weeks ago. So what made you want to do, this cover song together, like you three?
You have to go second on this one because I'm gonna say the part. Like this one, literally reached out. I was like, "Hey, I need somebody who can hit those high notes." So can you do it? I was like, "Yeah, man, sure."
I will interrupt that. I did reach out to him because when it comes to singing, he does put a lot of grit into his voice, and that's the kind of voice that I was looking for when it comes to clean vocals in metal music. Yeah, pretty much. And I like I said, I love the band I Prevail, and that song actually was. I didn't really look into the message of that song at that time. I just loved it because how energetic it was, and I started producing the song, producing the instrumental and everything. I was like, oh my God, this is turning out so good. But because I was in Nova Slicers, like I was always working with Johnny, so I was like, I need to work with somebody different. And that's when I thought, you know what? I want this guy to be a part of it.
When it comes to working with a bunch of different people,
that was one of these two.
that was me. That was me.
When it comes to working with a bunch of different people, you learn a bunch of different things, like preferences. If you have I don't know. There was something when I was working with somebody else. It's like they wanted to do a very certain thing, but I was like, nah, fuck that. You're gonna put auto tune on my voice? No. You do this, and then they were like, oh no, that's actually pretty cool. That sounds pretty cool. This is my friend Jasper, absolutely amazing musician as well.
Of course.
That's what happens whenever you work with people. It's like you learn something slightly different from what you started with or what you do. And I love it. I love it.
We'll be real. Pretty much like every song that you hear nowadays, they always have to use either pitch correction or auto-tune.
Well, yeah, of course. There's never the perfect vocal. Like I said, in many, many different instances, I love mistakes. I absolutely love mistakes. Like the moment somebody has a mistake in their actual song, in the one that they recorded, in the one that they produced, in the one that they're pushing out to all the people, and have something that's a mistake. It doesn't have to be the whole song, just a part of it. I love it. It's amazing. It is the thing that I look forward to in practically every song, including my own. That's why I leave certain mistakes in there. So,
yeah.
I just love it.
I when it comes to pitch correction, I try to make it sound as natural as possible, and the way I did it, he seemed to love it a lot.
Yeah, pitch correction isn't pitching your voice in a way that's going to change everything. And the biggest thing is why I don't like auto-tune and stuff like that all the time. I don't like the robotic voice unless it's a very specific R&B type of song. T-Pain. And when it comes to corrections, right? If I can't hit it, I don't want it to be corrected. I'm not going to do that. But if I can't hit it, I probably just fucked up because I did it like 17 times in a row. So,
Man, yeah. And as for why I got Nikki on here, it was actually from one of our Nova Slicers covers where I included him doing a screamo part of a Sleeping with Sirens song, which he absolutely fucking killed that part. And it was that one part I was like, yo, Nikki's voice needs to be heard. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have him be a part of this too.
Yeah,
Nikki's great. I love his energy.
Oh
he is
yeah.
good. Yeah, I'll see him at events. Funny enough, I actually met him like before I was like into the whole music community scene. Well,
My bad. I hit the stick.
Yeah, I'll say we both worked for a group a while back. But yeah, it's kind of good to see that he's more kind of into community side nowadays, compared to when I first met him, which is really cool. Because originally I knew him as like a shorts creator, and a bunch of other stuff. But no, it's really cool that you guys, put forth this music video together. So I guess kind of one of the questions in regards to this newest music video you guys put out, what kind of was the biggest struggle when it came to putting this together?
I'll let him answer that.
I think it's a thumbnail.
It was not the thumbnail because I don't know. You've mentioned this previously. Actually.
So there's so many intricate things when it comes to working with a bunch of different people. 1, time. 2, ideas, and then 3 is like who is going to be doing what. Obviously, we have Sprout doing his thing, Nikki doing his thing, and then me doing my thing. But the person who's doing the camera has to encapsulate some form of like idea as well to be able to do that. And I think Joey absolutely did an amazing job, or known as Blue Sith, I think still. But Joey has done such an amazing job, and he did everything that I wanted and more. So when it comes to like the vocals itself, that's gonna be like processed with this one. When it comes to displaying it on the camera, that's a completely different issue. That's such a different art form that it's really hard to translate a lot of things. And I think Joey, with the worlds that he picked for that place, did not just a phenomenal job, but like did the song justice for how we really wanted it. Now, could it have been better? I'm sure we could have done something different in multiple regards, but what he did and how he did it, and the behind the scenes stuff that actually was way more technical than I could have even imagined. No normal person, and I'm not saying normal as in like a quote to be like, oh my god, ha 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 ha, he's not normal. No normal person would know how to operate these systems that he operated so that we can have like our logos in the background. That shit was breaking my brain. It's like, holy shit, what is this? And I think it's the Brown Dog Society or something or someone whose world that was. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful world. The thing came down from the ceiling. Joey was controlling it the whole time. And then nobody knows how to do stuff like that. Just imagine a screen coming from the ceiling and then positioning it in the way that you want to make those scenes that we did. There's no way in hell I would have been able to do that. No way.
And it actually functioned. You know those basketball hoops that they always like just like come up when you have like big meetings in the gym?
Yeah.
It functioned like that. It functioned like, it goes up and shit.
It was insane. Like there was a lot of stuff. Now, you would have never seen that in the actual video itself. And that's fine. But there was a lot of stuff that was going on. Like that how many takes we had, me forgetting every fucking lyric and then stopping. The amount of times that we had. I was saying
God.
every single scene
That was so frustrating.
Every single scene was shot more than once. Well, yeah, I don't remember about the early scenes for you. I think like the first scene that you come in on, I feel like that was shot once, but
we shot that like 2 times, like the first half and then the second half. Yeah.
Bro, we shot everything more than once. And the ones when we were together, we shot about 6 times, I'm pretty sure, which is the reason why I said I was fucking tired in it. The other portions in that same day, we had over 6 hours of footage, right? Well over 6 hours of footage. We stood around, we talked about what we wanted, we talked about a bunch of different other things. We disconnected on accident, reconnected, disconnected, reconnected, disconnected, and we did a bunch of other things that just was an issue to getting what we had. And as well as once we recorded everything, we thought we were done. Just kidding. I need more because I don't have what I need for this section or this section, which is when you started like headbanging, where I have you like red. You're just like, bro, or in the bloopers, whenever I finish that, it's like, bro, I wasn't even mentally prepared for this. And then he's like,
No, because like, look, it was like a big time constraint because like I was in the process of like, you know, that was my last day on VRChat before I was moving, and I was like, and then like at the very last fucking minute, you tell me, oh yeah, we need 30 more seconds of footage, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
And it made a difference, right?
It did make a difference.
This is a different song. Sorry.
My god.
It's the same fucking key.
God damn it. Same band, different fucking song, dude.
Yeah, no, I've been trying to relearn that one so I can record it. What's the fucking Judgement Day song? Anyway, so yeah, no, there's a lot of different pieces because when it comes to like the content creation side, I have a very specific thing that I'm looking for in every single thing, and I'm the only editor of that entire song, so I edited everything in there, and I'm learning a bunch of things, and it's been really, really fun for the last year and a half, 2 years, or whatever it's been, and with that song, I tried a bunch of different things. Now, in there, you will notice, I love this fact. I can't believe it actually happened. You will notice that there is a not the TV static, but the what was it at the middle of it? I used
lost
it throughout,
signal,
but the lost signal thing. It didn't say no signal, obviously, but the lost signal thing was actually data corruption. That was something that happened accidentally within one of our takes while we were all 3 together. And I was like, I am using that. I'm using that for everything. It was something that was like actually really cool. That's something that accidentally happened that we put in everything. And it was so fun. I put it in the beginning. I put it in some of the transitions in the beginning. I put it in the middle. And then whenever it actually happened, like it happened, and I put no signal, no signal. And then we started screaming all 3 together and then moved on to the last chorus. It was so fun to put that together. But yeah, no, I needed some extra footage because I was missing some things.
Don't you just love it whenever you're just like, you know, creating something, like you do something by accident and it actually turns out to be a good thing?
Oh, 100%.
That could have been so bad. That could have been a waste of 4 hours. But bro, I made it work. I made it work.
You made it work.
No, happy little accidents, as Bob Ross used to say.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Well, so kind of to go a little bit, you know, kind of go back a little bit in the timeline, you know, because obviously you've been performing, you know, on different shows, different performances. So what is the biggest, if not one of the biggest shows you each have performed on when it comes to, you know, VRChat?
You can go.
Performing at Arcadia, I think. I want to say that was probably the biggest. No, no, no. Scratch that. It was. It was actually on Johnny's set. When he did the Canine Crew thing, and that was actually a big venue that we did, and it was Johnny's set alone, but he had members from Nova Slicers perform some of our songs in there, and actually I just enjoyed my time performing in general. I don't really say I can't say that I have a specific like highlight of like my favorite shows to perform at. I just like performing in general.
Fair.
And I hope the post editor's absolutely counting this because I was like 2 right there. The actuallys.
We're not adding an actually counter. Post editor.
We totally are.
No.
Yes,
He's
we
gonna
are.
do it. He's gonna do it anyway. I'm already
Yes,
calling
we
it.
are.
He's gonna do it
No.
anyway.
So,
No, I don't get paid
I
enough.
would.
I don't get paid for the podcast.
that's okay. Your
I'm not-
editor's gonna be like,
Yeah, post editor, aka future me. We're not doing it. We're not doing it.
come on. Anyway, yeah, their shows are great. I've only been able to catch like maybe 3, but every time it's a total event, way different from anything that I've been able to do. But it's awesome. It's awesome seeing a group of friends like doing something that's that amazing. Not to mention that when we're actually listening to all the stuff, it is a very booming, very music, very loud, very emotional type of thing. It's wonderful. They do a very, very good job.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
Ah.
So as we are, ironically enough, we are running a little bit out of time. We're almost at that hour mark. So one of the final questions I wanted to ask each of you before we, end it off and do all the outro stuff. Because you've been doing music for so long, what is one piece of advice that you can give any musicians that are wanting to start making music and start like performing in VRChat? What is one piece of advice that each of you could give them?
Fucking send it. There has been so many musicians that have absolutely been like me when I first started. It was like, oh, I don't know if I'll actually be good at this. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if people would look at my channel or like do anything. Nah, you gotta send it. If you're passionate about it, if you are willing to put in the work, because it is a lot of work. Holy shit. If you're willing to like put yourself in that, not be a fake person, because we can sniff that out almost immediately, and do it. Just do it. Just send it. If it's bad, then that's just the start, because it's not how it's going to end up being. Just do it.
To tack on or to add on to what he was saying, fucking send it. That can also mean don't get discouraged because like you don't absolutely know what you're doing. Just doing it takes time. Like just take your time, learn the process, come up with your own routine, and you'll be able to succeed.
Don't forget to network. Networking is important. If you don't have the network, then you don't have the people that are going to actually be able to push that stuff. You don't need popular people to push it. You just need people to appreciate it and send it to their friends.
I guess that
Popular people help, though.
I guess that is a good question in that regard. Kind of to add on to this question, because you guys have done so many performances with different music groups, what are some of your personal ways that you guys do network your stuff? Like, what have you done that may be a good example of what people should do when it comes to networking?
I think he could answer this better than I can.
It's a very intricate thing. If you are unapologetically yourself and people vibe with you, that is one form that will absolutely take off, which is what I do 100% of the time. when it comes to like posting things, you got to show your personality a little bit. If your personality is something that is temporary or fake or something, you'll get a little bit of buzz for sure. It won't last, unfortunately. It never will. And that it's gonna happen to people. That's why you see these people, they blow up and then they fall off the face of the earth. Or you see these people who've like starting something and then they stop because they were running on off of an energy that wasn't theirs, so they exhausted it. And it's not great. It's not great. So with like my stuff, I'm literally only starting to post stuff that I would actually say, which is unhinged and stupid and fucking. There's a special R word for the stuff that I do, and that's ridiculous. Right?
People
So
people crave unhinged and stupid. So
good save.
good save. Nah, that's my saying. That is an original saying. That is from me, from my brain, and it is already on the YouTube as far as like a year ago. I'm pretty sure that shit has been there. That is my saying. Nobody else has coined it. Nobody else will. It's mine. But yeah, no. Whenever trying to get your stuff noticed, it does help that a bunch of popular people look at it, post it around, talk, and whatever. But not just once. You know what I mean? It's amazing when people, friends of friends of friends of friends, start sharing this stuff because that's very, very important. Marketing in such a way that's like you are a personal person that somebody actually wants to have a conversation with or like hang out with. Not marketing because, oh, I did this thing and you should look at it. That's atrocious. I'm not going to look at that. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about whatever you're saying if that's how you're going to market it. But if you and I have a conversation, I'm like, wow, that's really, really meaningful conversation. Oh, you also do music. That's crazy. That's amazing. Oh, maybe I'll look it up here soon. That is how you network better. There's a way, way better ways. I don't know way, way better ways. I'm not a popular person. So I just know the way that I've been doing it has been pretty wonderful. Met a lot of amazing people.
Fair enough.
I will say that, there's always a fire in somebody, and there's also other people that will also tell them that, they can't do this, they can't do that. They are the fire extinguisher. Don't let them put your flame out.
Oh, also a wise piece of advice. So, because obviously there's a difference between I know I keep saying like, we're running out of time, but I'm genuinely curious. Because obviously there's a difference between performing solo and performing with a group. So for the both of you, what are some of the more words are hard. So what are some of the benefits you guys have seen from doing, your own music versus working with others? Like what is kind of like some of the major differences, I guess what I'm trying to say.
I could say one. Flexibility. Flexibility in whatever you're doing. I don't know about everybody else, but there's a shitload of songs that I like that I want to cover, like actively want to cover, and have been like sort of practicing when I'm not busy, when I have free time. Sort of practicing, sort of not, sort of like trying to mull over some ideas, getting in touch with some people to do a completely original song. That's been fun, but not putting all of my efforts towards one specific thing, I think, is the best thing. Because once that group is on track, whether you like it or not, I'm sure is what you've been facing. It's like, if you're in it or you're not in it. And if you're not in it, you really are not into it.
Mm-hmm.
So individual is great, But the cons of being an individual is motivation is a struggle. It's always a struggle. The ideas are only coming from you, and then whoever you ask as well. So that it's a limiting factor right there, depending on what your network looks like. And then getting people to do things with you. So like if you're doing the content portion of it, it's really sometimes it's really difficult because everybody's busy. Everybody has their own thing going on. It's really hard to get a cameraman. Sometimes it's really hard to get somebody who can bounce good ideas off of you. You got those people that are like, "Oh yeah, no, that sounds like a good idea," and then no input. That's not helpful. Like whenever somebody's asking for some ideas, saying, "Yeah, that sounds like a great idea," without putting some further opinion on it, is not helpful. And it's okay. It's perfectly fine when people do that. Like it is not an idea that they resonate with. A different idea they will. But like being an individual is a lot of extra work, a lot of more stress. If you have a team behind you, you're in a much, much better hand than being an individual.
Yeah, I do agree with that. You know, being able to work with, you know, like-minded individuals like that, it does help, like, you know, relieve some of that stress when you do relieve some of that stress versus, you know, doing it yourself. However, doing it yourself, I think the thing that for me when it comes to being a solo artist is just being in complete control of, like, you know, what you're doing. Like, you got the ideas, it's up to you to execute it, and if it goes very well, you're very happy with the results.
Yeah. No, both
Yep.
very valid. You know, because obviously, you know, having, you know, a group experience with Nova Slicers, obviously that's a whole different ballpark compared to doing your own solo stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you working with other musicians to create music, it's same thing. It's a whole different ballpark. Well, that's really cool, guys. So before we end it off, I do want to give you a proper spot to kind of, you know, tell the people where they can find you. I might have you rock, paper, scissors for who goes first on it. But okay, you guys got to time that a little bit better.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Oh. Yeah.
That's about
Okay, you know what?
You could go.
You know,
I don't mind.
Okay, fine.
But tell the people
YouTube,
where they can find you, all that stuff. Any links you want in the description and stuff. I guess I should have said. But tell them where they can find you.
YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok is where you can find me. Is at Spiral Music 1997.
Youngin. I'm under Raelik Official. We're under Raelik Official under pretty much everything. There's one Raelik person that is from the UK, has a very different R than me. Don't look at his stuff, because he's a gamer apparently. My stuff's under Raelik Official. Now, actually, if you look up Raelik, you will find that person and me, because nobody has my name.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's great. It's wonderful. Right? I just need to find him and execute Order 66.
And of course, all the links will be down in the description. So make sure to go check the both of them out. Boys, thank you so much for coming on. It was a blast kind of to learn a little bit more about you and kind of learn about your origins and what got you started.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, of course. But with that, ladies, gentlemen, everybody inside and outside the ballpark, that has been it for episode 64. Yes, of the Noved Notes podcast. I want to thank you all so much for watching, listening, depending on what platform you're on. Comment down below, what is your favorite part about... Usually I'm pretty spot on with these. This is the first one I'm actually kind of thinking of what I want
Is
to
it
comment.
Noved or Noved?
Noved. No, it's Noved. There's no argument.
What does that mean?
Shadowing Soul. Fun fact.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Old in English. I know what the question is. Comment down below. Comment down below. What is your favorite part about the I Prevail Judgment Day music video? Go check it out. I'll also link that in the description as well. Go check that out. Let me know down below.
I don't care about what they say. Everybody's sorry on Judgment Day.
That's not the key.
My voice is kind of lost right now, so I can't really do anything.
But yeah, go check out their music video and all of their other stuff as well. Of course, if you are coming back to watch some of the other episodes, why not hit that subscribe button? You're already coming back anyway. But with that, I want to thank you one last time for watching, listening, depending on what platform you're on, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care and peace.
Bye.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Noved.